feeling my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. I can't tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start. They tell me I'm too young to understand. They say I'm caught up in a dream. Life will pass me by if I don't open up my eyes. Well, that's fine by me. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. I tried carrying the weight of the world, but I only have two hands. Hope I get the chance to travel the world, but I don't have any plans. I wish that I could stay forever this young, not afraid to close my eyes. Life's a game made for everyone, and love is a prize. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know and I was lost. Didn't know I was lost. Didn't know I was lost. Didn't
Welcome to the Stand-Up Comedy Theater. It's time for Camp Wanderlust. Please welcome to the stage your host, Spencer Sellen.
Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome. Oh, my goodness. Thank you for coming to Camp Wanderlust, everybody. Thank you for being here. How we doing tonight? You doing good? Yeah. This is what we like to call an intimate audience tonight, okay? We're going to get to know each other very well. All right. Yeah, my name is Spencer Sellen, as I said. This is Camp Wanderlust. We're a storytelling show featuring stand-up comedians. Sometimes they could be scary stories, they could be travel stories, they could be virginity stories. Who knows? They could be all three. That would be a great story. Unfortunately, it could be. Man, I have one little story for you guys, but before I get into that, something new is going on in my life right now. It's like a transition for me as far as like I'm becoming older as my dad is getting older. So like me as the kid, I'm kind of becoming the parent, and my parents kind of becoming the kid. Like the relationship kind of switches as you get older. This is new to me. It's finally happening. And it dawned on me when my dad and I went to a concert last week. And I said, there's signs everywhere saying no cell phones, no recording, your phone's going to be confiscated. So, of course, my dad immediately takes out a cell phone, starts recording, phone gets confiscated, and then he looks at me like a kid who just got his toy taken from him. And I think okay, this is a great teaching moment, Spencer, okay? I've got this. And my dad's just looking at me, and all I can say is he's just, well, now, Michael, what did we learn? All right. What did I learn? Anyway, but I'm not ready to be a dad. I'm not ready to be a dad. I'm not even ready to be an uncle, okay? Because I'm babysitting my nephew right now, and he's 13, which is a terrible age. They're absolute demons, all right? I'm sure you guys can attest to it. I'm sure none of us were angels as teenagers, but they get into ridiculous shit. So I got a rep to maintain though as a cool uncle, okay? I'm making him dinner before I come here. And I open the door to let him know dinner's ready. And as soon as I open the door, I realize I catch him watching porn. It was super awkward, all right? It was very awkward. And it's in the split second I realize, oh shit. He realizes, oh shit. And it just paused, and I'm just thinking, okay, all right, just be cool. Just be the cool uncle. Say something quick, and then just get out of there, all right? And this is all just in that millisecond, and all I can think of in that moment is just, nice. Bookmark that one, exactly. Audience members giving me tags, all right? We're an intimate crowd. I said we're going to get to know each other. I like it. Thank you, sir. I'm going to call you Buddy, even though one of the comics tonight is named Buddy. I beg you don't to get confused, okay? Please, we're very best friends. I'm just learning. I'm an ESL student. I don't really know what's going on. They gave me a microphone. Apparently, I'm still learning English. But anyway, it's really awkward. But all right, my story for you tonight is this is actually going to be the last Wanderlust until we're going through a format show anyway. But my story for you tonight is when I was 19, I got a DUI. Not cool. All right, not cool. I see some people I know we're an intimate crowd, and I just got some judgment. I feel like I caught a little bit of judgment from the crowd. Yeah, exactly. All right, you're looking, and I get it exactly. Dumb shit to do as a 19-year-old getting DUIs is dumb. All right. I get pulled over, and I'm 19. Anything above 0, you're fucked. So get pulled over. I get out of the car, and I know I'm screwed. He knows I'm screwed, and They put me in the back of the cop car, and I'm not, at this point, I'm a big dude already. At this point, I was 360 pounds. So, I didn't fit in the back of a cop car, just kind of getting in like a regular person. You can't just get in the back of here we go, to the police store, apparently, to jail. But so I had to kind of slide in really awkwardly. My legs were on the thing, but. So while I'm trying to do that, very uncoordinated, I just turn and I pop my knee out of its socket, and I just go in the different way. It's great way to sober up, by the way. All right, traumatic ligament injury, great way to sober up because I was boom. All right, I could have done, the alphabet backwards, could have done a backflip. Well, something else sober that you do when you don't have a broken leg. But so I'm a little bit distressed at this moment. All right, I'm like on the ground, like writhing in pain, like, oh my fucking God. And the cops are like looking. These are kind of like maybe like newer cops or something like that, because they're looking like, I don't know what the fuck to do about this, dude. Like I don't know, like that was like the craziest thing they seen, just some guy get a leg injury. But they're like, I don't know, should we call the ambulance or something? And I thought in my mind, if I don't go to the hospital, maybe my parents don't find out I got a DUI. So I'm like, no hospitals, and just kind of like. And like think that I'm like popping my knee back into it. I know, okay? We're an intimate crowd. You're gonna judge me, but we love each other. We're a family, right, buddy? Goddamn right, all right? I'm so sorry, I'm just emotional right now. It's family, all right? It gets me that way. This woman's looking at me like, you're fucking crazy, dude. I don't know. I'm just gonna braid my hair and pretend that I'm not, yeah. We're a family. No, but so I think that my family won't find out if I don't go. So I'm just going to go to jail. And by the way, if you're ever in the back of a cop car and you're thinking, maybe if I talk about how I want to join the Navy, maybe they'll let me go. They won't let you go. All right. They won't actually talk about how you're about to join the Navy. They won't just like pull over. In my mind, I just thought they were just going to like, oh, okay, just pull over like at the nearest recruitment station. And just like, we're not leaving until you get out of there, and they ship your fat ass to boot camp. All right. All right. The Marines have something called the pork chop platoon. Okay. They're going to get you in shape for being cannon fodder to fit you in the thing to shoot you out. Okay. I was going to be slender enough. They'll get me to it, but didn't work, all right? Didn't work, surprisingly. So I'm on my way. I get to jail, and they put me in the drunk tank. And the drunk tank, I feel like no one here has been to jail, right? Oh, fuck yes. Okay, give me a high five. This is all right. I'm going to go with Buddy 2, all right? It's a numbers thing. I got like 2 friend names, okay? I got Buddy. Fuck yeah, Buddy 2. This is amazing. Can I ask you like what it was for? You can just make something up if it's not. No, we're not. He's like, no, we are not asking why. Okay, so I am here. Buddy, what? Oh, he knows. Like, she was a domestic terrorist in Oklahoma City. Like, she was Timothy McVeigh's buddy, all right? That's a callback. I feel like literally half the room gets that reference, or at least just if I'm going to make an assumption by age. It's cold. It's okay. All right. So you're not a domestic terrorist. Okay. Nice cover, by the way. I won't say a word. Smart, Buddy 2. I'm proud of you. All right. This is why we're a family. We learn from each other. Okay. I love this. I'm gonna during my set, just look at you and just say a random crime, and you have to tell me yes or no. Deal? No deal. Okay. Negligent manslaughter. Didn't say no. I'm chalking that up as a maybe. All right. Okay. All right. Maybe this is. I don't know. Okay. We're gonna figure this out. But anyway, you've never admitted it. No, you can't half admit it. We're on the internet right now. Oh, I mean, they can't really hear you, but so they're just. Oh well. But it's smart. Okay. Think snapped. So, okay, you defrauded the federal food stamps program. You got him. All right. That was like a bad dad joke / like, I don't know. Anyway, social safety nets are fun, right? Anywho, so I'm on my way to jail, the other social safety net. And so I'm in the drunk tank, and you guys haven't been except for Buddy 2. The drunk tank is basically just an entire concrete room, like everything, floor, ceiling, walls, and a one-way mirror, or like they can see you, but you can't see them, or whatever that is. But good music, by the way. Look, Sacramento County, not bad. Okay, like they had great music. Okay, they were playing Mac Dre. Like that was pretty sick. I mean, I'm in jail, shit in my pants, worried like for the next couple. You're gonna figure out why I'm a little worried. But during this time, they're playing. They got the fucking jams in jail. Okay, I was expecting like I don't know at best like reveille at 6 a.m. or something like that. Just I don't know. There's some guy who just really into the Marine Corps, just got everybody up, started running around the room. Alas, but so I'm in the drunk tank, and I just wanted to find a corner just to like be by myself, not interact with anyone. Like I am, like I don't know, like I'm me. Like, I don't look like a tough guy. So I'm just like, imagine me like 100 pounds heavier and just like, please don't rape me vibes. Like, I have no idea. I'd never been to jail. Like, I didn't know what to expect. I'm like that ignorant about it. So like, I go in there. I'm just trying to like find my corner just to be left alone. And I find it. And there's like, number one, there's like two things going on at the same time. Number one, when I walk in there, there's like, I'd say like a quarter bag of weed, like about a quarter of weed, which is like a huge fist size bag. Just in the, I know this is a comedy show. I realize people embellish things. I understand. Literally, everything else could be a lie right now. I swear on Buddy 2's criminal acts that this is, I don't know if I'm going to swear by this, but like it really was a bag of weed in there, okay? If you don't believe anything else from this story, believe that. I had no idea. I literally thought it was a trap. Like, I thought, like, okay, they're trying to get me. I'm too smart for this shit. They're not going to get me. Nuh-uh. I'm like polar opposite to this bag of weed. So I'm like in the corner, just trying to just mind my own business. And then thing number two happens. We'll tell them a couple of chums walk up to me. A couple of buddies, I guess, eventually of mine, walk up to me. And they start accusing me of things that I have, one, never been accused of, and two, never will ever be accused of again. They're like, hey, are you the guy who's fucking around with kids? Like, whoa, buddy. Like, I am, what? Like, no one ever wants to be accused of this. I was like, you ever see like a video of a white guy get accused of being racist on the internet? And he's like, oh, no, dude. Like, he goes like, every sort of thing just goes into freak out mode, like, no, it's not me. That's what I am, basically, but with being a pedophile. I'm like, whoa, fuck, no, I'm here because I'm a dumbass kid who got a DUI. I have no idea who you're talking about. I'm just like, no. And they're like closing in on me, all right? The doors are closing in. Like, I feel like literally like in my corner. And I think I'm going to die. Like, I literally think I'm going to die right now. And like through like the door eventually opens, like what feels like forever. The door eventually opens, and like a cop walks in, like a beam of light behind him, like it was like a guardian angel. All right, and he's leading in a guy who he looked basically like me with like a pedophile Instagram filter. Like it was just like a weird mustache and like 90s glasses, like really thick glasses. It was. I could see the mix up. Like I was like, okay, I get it, guys. I understand. And so I'm like run up to the police officer or the ward or whatever, and I'm like pleading with the guy, like, oh my God, they think I'm a fucking pedophile. Please tell them it's not me. I'm just a dumb kid who got a DUI. Tell them they're mistaken. And he looks at the guys, looks at me, and he's like, no, it wasn't the kid. And then just looks at the guy that he just brought in, and then just walks out and closes the door. And the guy is like, oh, okay, all right, that's free game, I guess, for these dudes. One guy takes his shirt off, puts it on the security camera, just, as a fail-safe. He seemed like he got the okay from the guard, but they go to whoop the shit out of this guy for what felt like a literal eternity, probably like 90 seconds at most, which is still, oh my God. But, woo! They like beating the shit out of him. Then eventually the cops came in and they busted it all up. They're like, okay, break it up, guys. We all had a good time. Break it up. And everything settles down. And the guys eventually, one of like the main dude of the three, he walks up to me like afterwards and he's like a little conciliatory. Like he's kind of sorry. And he's like, hey, my bad, dude. Like he's a little embarrassed, I guess. Like, sorry that I almost killed you for being a pedophile. That wasn't you. And he's like, basically, you guys kind of like look the same, right? And I was like confused. Like, is that a white thing or a pedophile thing? Like, I'm not sure exact. That usually gets a much bigger laugh. That is not a good. No, that's a great omen. Okay, because you guys deserve hard-fought laughter, right? Because we're a family here, right? Are we a family? God damn, well, we're a family. Okay, at least, okay, maybe I think we're a family. It's my own delusions, but we're going to have a good time tonight at least. Give me some energy, all right? Hell yes. Okay, keep that energy going for your next comic of the night. Buddy!
It's okay, Spencer. We're waiting for our last name. I don't have one, guys. How's everyone doing? Good? We're killing it on a Friday night. You guys were looking for a good time, and then you guys ended up here instead? It's okay. Me too. We're here at Camp Wanderlust. You guys know about this show? Has anyone been here before? No, the show's about storytelling. Spencer told a lot of stories about pedophiles. I get uncomfortable too. It's okay, guys. I will not talk about pedophiles. Instead, I'm going to talk about my trip to Mexico. I recently went to Mexico, you guys. You guys don't have to congratulate me. You could, but you don't have to. I didn't pay for it myself. I don't have that kind of money. I look the way I look because I don't have that kind of money. But my girlfriend, she definitely makes take my boyfriend to Mexico money. So it's real nice. You too, sir? She treating you out to a good night? Good. That's what I do. Yeah. I'm the utility boyfriend. But yeah, I went to Mexico for the very first time. And I don't know if you guys have ever been, but there's a lot of things you have to do. There's a lot of getting through TSA and all kinds of stuff. And I don't know if you've looked at me before, but for some reason, going there and back, 2 trips each way, 4 stops through airports, and 4 random searches. I don't know what it was about me. They said that my crotch kept setting the alarms off. By the 4th one, I was literally helping the TSA agent pat me down. No, sir. It's this way, then this way. A lot of girls talk about having a bomb pussy. I found out recently that I have domestic terrorism dick. It's slightly different, I guess. It's weird because they kept pulling me to the side for these random searches, and these random searches were for drugs and stuff. And I don't know if you guys have looked at me, but I definitely was carrying drugs on my person. But I was smart. I put them all in my girl's bag. So when they pulled me aside and looked through my bag, they didn't find my drugs. And she wears business suits, so I was good. It was really nice. I don't know if you guys know this. This is something I learned recently about girls, but we went down to Mexico for a terrible wedding, just a god-awful wedding. I'll explain later why it was a god-awful wedding, but I didn't know this about girls, and maybe you guys do know this because you guys are ladies. But women will keep terrible friends just on the off chance that they're rich enough to take you on an exotic vacation. Like this friend of my partner's is the worst person I've ever met in my life. Just the worst. The couple, not a happy couple, I would say. There was allegations of indecency and cheating and all of that good stuff, and the loving couple wasn't very loving, I would say. But girls will just keep these terrible friends because, hey, beach resorts, you know what I'm saying? Is this true? Can you guys qualify? No, you guys are really good people, both of you. They both like, I don't know, because that interests me very much, because I was like, I can't stand most people, and even my friends, like, if they were that terrible, I don't think I could celebrate your love. But it wasn't really about celebrating love. I don't know if you guys, Mexico, it's really easy to find drugs. You guys can go to any corner. You can find your human growth hormones, all your antidepressants, anything you want to snort, sniff, or drink. It's there. You know what's really hard to find in Mexico? Weed, that's weird, right? Like, you would think it's all legal down there, but because it's not strong enough, I guess it's just not, local enough. So I'm at the resort and I'm looking for weed. I'm asking everyone around. Nobody has any weed. But the resort was on a beach. And one day on that beach, I see this man walking, and all he was wearing was a thong and 10 hats on top of each other. And I thought, if anyone in this world knew where the weed was, it was that gentleman. And I chased after him, and unfortunately, he was only selling hats, which is good business, I guess. You don't want to know where he put the change. But he was selling hats, but he didn't have weed, but he did know a guy who sold cocaine. And that made sense. And when you look like that, I was like, it's got to be good cocaine. So he sent me to his cocaine dealer. I was trying to figure out how to get weed, and I figured if I go to the cocaine guy, he's got to know at least a weed guy. By the end of it, I didn't have any cocaine or weed, but I did have a nice new hat. It was really nice. I also didn't know that at resorts in Mexico, they're mostly rented out by white people. And because of that, they don't like season the food. It's a big complaint that there's too much spice in all the food in Mexico. So at every resort, there's like no flavor in any food. They don't put any salt, any pepper. They have salt and pepper packets for you to do it yourself, but it's the most bland and disgusting food you've ever met in your life. And these white people, of course, were eating it up. They were like, oh, it's delicious. It was great. And for the first like couple of days, I thought this was Mexican food. I was like, this is what real Mexican food is? This is kind of disappointing. My whole life, people have told me, oh, if you want authentic Mexican food, you got to go to Mexico. And at that point, 3 days in, I was thinking, damn, Taco Bell is honestly a better option than this. And that's sad, you guys. And then one day, as I was on my search for cocaine with my hat, I was out in the real parts of Mexico, and I was like, I'm starving. And I stopped at one taco truck, just a random taco spot in the middle of Mexico, and it was the most divine food I have ever had. I spent 3 hours trying every kind of meat they had. I tried tongue, I tried brain, anything. I was like, yes, give it to me, Daddy. Then I had to go back to the resort that night without my drugs, with my hat, and I had to eat flavorless yogurt. It was rough, you guys. But I will say, I think the bride, even though she was cheated on, even though she was a terrible person, I think she did win in the end. Because they take a video of every wedding, and you see the video of the bride coming down the aisle and everyone cheering her on and losing their mind. And this bride will forever have a video of her stupid cheating husband at the end of an aisle, blubbering like a crybaby, while she walks down the aisle to the most vicious song I've ever heard a girl walk down the aisle to. She's a Disney adult. She didn't come out to any normal song that you would come out to at a bridal or at a wedding. No. This woman came out to Beauty and the Beast. Not even like Belle's song or Belle's melody. This girl came out to Beauty and the Beast, forever describing their love in a perfect, beautiful melody, sung on a Disney track. Is this girl walking down, calling herself a beauty and an angel and a love, while her shitty husband sits up there, and he is the beast, a disgusting monster. And I think she, I don't even know if she did it consciously, but I just like to think that she did. And I like to think that that was a choice. Because you can choose any Disney song. And even if Beauty and the Beast is your favorite Disney movie, that's not the Disney song you choose from Beauty and the Beast. You choose Belle's melody, you choose something. But this woman, she will forever let her husband know every time she replays that video that he is a piece of shit. And I think that's beautiful, you guys. And that is where I'm going to end my storytelling stuff. But because we're a little light on comedians tonight, I'm going to tell you guys a couple of jokes. You guys, like I said before, I smoke a little bit too much weed. You guys knew that before I came up here. You're like, that guy, beanie, Drew Bledsoe jersey. Oh, yeah, he's a pothead. But recently, I had to cut back a little bit because I just found out that maybe I smoke a little bit too much pot. And I'll tell you guys why, and you guys can kind of come along with me on this journey. The other morning, I was on my front porch looking out at my beautiful view, and I was smoking my morning bowl when I got a phone call, and on my phone, the ringer said Sacramento PD. I answered the phone, and the police officer on the other line said, Mr. Welcher, I have some good news and some bad news. Bad news is your car was stolen last night. Good news is we've recovered it. You can come pick it up. It's a wonderful story. Happy ending. Everything's great. But two things made me think, hey, maybe I need to slow down on this marijuana thing. First thing is, when I got that phone call and it said Sacramento PD, I was not worried about my safety, my partner's safety, or anybody else's safety. I was just really pissed off that they had ruined my buzz. And two, like I said, when I got that phone call from the police about my missing vehicle, I was sitting on my front porch looking at my view, including my driveway, where at no point did I ever think to myself, hey, where the fuck is my car? So I've decided maybe I smoke a little bit too much. And we do a lot of things in excess. A couple of us here are porn addicts. I'm not going to point you guys out. You know who you are. But I'm going to end on this story. It's my favorite story about my grandma. It's also about pornography. Don't get weird on me, Sacramento. I was raised by my grandma. And when I was younger, my dad went off to prison. The last time he went off to prison, he left me a couple of things. He left me a bag filled with pornography, both in VHS and DVD form, none of which had a case on it. It's real dad stuff, you know. So he went off to prison, and none of those videos really interest me, but there was one VHS that caught young 12-year-old Buddy's heart. It's a little movie called Max World 8. It was about an older, gray-haired gentleman, kind of like yourself. And he would just drive from city to city in this old dusty van, and in every city there would just be some hot, young, beautiful woman ready to fuck him. And I don't know about you guys, but for 12-year-old me, that was the dream. And I want you to know that at 34 years old, that dream has not shifted as far as it probably should have, if we're being honest. One day I come home from school and Grandma's cleaning up the house. She's putting away all the VHSs. It's time to move into the digital era of DVDs, you guys. And in her hand, freshly plucked from my VHS player, is a little movie called Max World 8. It was a frequent watch for after school for me. She hands the movie to my sibling and she says, put it in the cartoon section and move on. And at that point, I could have shut up. I could have said nothing. They would have put the video away and nobody would have known the difference. But I was such a fan of that film, you guys, such art, that I had to speak up. I said, Grandma, that's not a cartoon. She snapped back. She said, yes, it is. It's that stupid superhero rat. I said, no. That's Mighty Mouse. And that's not a cartoon, Grandma. We argued back and forth for a few moments. And eventually she hands the movie to my sibling and she says, put it in the VHS player and prove him wrong. In the next few moments, you guys, only took a few seconds, but they felt like a lifetime because I knew exactly two things. One, that was not a cartoon. And two, because of my rabid fandom of that film, I knew exactly which scene was about to come onto the screen. Max has just met young Rebecca in the hot Arizona sun. She's a young 27-year-old Asian American woman looking for two things: ice-cold water to cool off and hot cock to warm right back up. A line from the film, I tell you guys, I was a fan. The movie comes on and Max has young Rebecca bent over his dirty, disgusting sink in his van and he's just giving it to her. And it's at that moment I see my tiny little gray-haired grandma run to the VHS player. She plucked the movie from the VHS player, turns around, and with Drew Bledsoe accuracy, throws it across the room, hits me in the head and screams, I guess it's not a cartoon! You guys have been amazing. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for spending your Friday with us. Here's your defense.
Keep it going for Buddy. I realize there's like 3 of them here tonight, all right? Oh, my God. Did you beat up somebody, like just assault? Just standard assault. Like, did you do that? No? Damn it. All right. I should have gone. Things snapped. Okay. I think before you got in here, she halfway admitted to committing a crime. I'm not sure if you're in here yet, but I'm trying to get it out of her. Going to jail is not a crime. All right. I'm not. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm getting some like civil protest vibes then. Okay, maybe just some good shit. I'm thinking bad shit. Like, you could have just been like chain yourself to a tree or something to save the rainforest. Fuck me, I'm a bad person for assuming that, buddy two. Thank you, buddy one. You're buddy one now because now there's two. All right. But oh my god, are you guys ready for your headliner of the night? Hell yeah. I think you guys are. I'm excited. This is like one of my favorite people, favorite comedians. You guys are going to love him too. Keep it going for AJ DeMello.
Hey, keep it going for Spencer, everybody, for putting this on. Stab comedy. How we doing? You guys doing all right? Did you say go to jail? Is that what you said? The last thing you just said? Okay, I just wanted to nickname you Monopoly because that's all I could think of when you said pass go. All right, so it's fucking Friday night. You guys having a good time? You guys, anybody drinking? No, why not? Just trying to lay off? Yeah? What about you? Not trying to drink at all? What about you guys? No drinking? Hey, you got a little couple of drinks. Anybody smoking tonight? Anybody a little smoke? No? Well, your buddy? Oh, buddy was smoking. Well, of course he was smoking. You just heard him for the past 15 minutes. Like, I better be smoking weed. I'll be honest though, guys. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm on medication. What's up? Muscle relaxers, you know what I'm saying? I got a bad back, but like a really bad back where oh yeah, like I smoke weed, but I still get mad at things like players kneeling for the national anthem. Not because of the kneeling, just because how long they can kneel without having muscle spasms. You know, I get jealous and shit, you know? I'm at a weird point right now though where I think either need to stop smoking as much weed or get glasses. Like, seriously, I was on a date with this girl recently and I was like, yo, look at that moon. But it was a Shell gas station sign. It's not good. I'm talking to this same girl. She's tough. She's a painter. She says she's not really into me because I'm bald. One hairstyle, so she can't really work with that. And I was like, but if you're a painter, isn't life what you make it? I mean, I'm not bald, baby. I'm just a blank canvas. You know what I'm saying? All right, maybe I'm smoking too much weed. I don't know about you guys. Since the pandemic, my weed tolerance is through the roof. I've been smoking so much weed that I've been eating too fast. Like last night, I ate half a pot pie before I could put it in the oven. You know, like I got fucking problems right now. Come on, guys, we're doing jokes. We need laughs. We need some good stuff here, all right? Let's do a little crowd participation. Are you guys ready? I need your help, okay? Let's get some energy, okay? I want everyone to just start screaming as loud as they can. Can we get some energy? Everyone start screaming. Everyone start screaming. Start screaming. All right. Now, that was good. Now I'm going to need your help for this next bit, okay? I need you guys to work with me on this, okay? You guys ready? When I say jelly, you say bean. Jelly. Jelly. When I say fuck, you say me. Fuck. I believe that's called consent. Hey, we're going to have a good time tonight, okay? We're trying to get loose here, okay? We're trying to have a good time. What did he say? They're trying to bust out the meat? Is that what you said? I don't know. He's a pizza guy. Are you guys on a, how long have you guys married? No? How long have you guys been dating? You're not, are you just friends? Friend? How long have you guys been friends? Oh, so you guys just literally just met right now and you're like, well, I'm going to sit here. So you may as well sit here. So this guy's like, hey, man, don't fuck this up for me right now. You just said you're gonna fuck this girl that I'm trying to do. Well, that's good. Hey, give it up for this guy for making a move. Look at that. You know, they're friends, but you never know. You never know. Don't tell your wife, hey, you didn't even have to bring that up, man. He's fucking a good guy over here, you know? I was gonna rat him out. You guys all in relationships? You guys single? You living the single life? A little bit right now? I just got broken up with yesterday. Can you believe that? Of course you can. It's fucking 2023. Everyone, I think we're in we're living in it's different because what did I do? I don't know if I did anything. I think she just broke. Well, here's the thing. This girl was in a relationship for 10 years. And then she started dating me, but she probably started dating other people too. So she told me yesterday, she said, hey, we've been dating for a little over a month, and I started to fall for her. And then she sent me a text saying, hey, things are great, but text, because she's a bitch. No gall. But she sent me a text saying, hey, I hope this isn't out of left field, but I decided to date this other guy exclusively instead of you. And then after a few messages, she says, wait, so does this mean that you can't be friends with me right now? Which is an amazing kind of a question. You know what I'm saying? Like, it made me start to think like, no, she's not. But this is a brand new bit, and I'm trying to work it out. But it made me think about, okay, so here's how I think I'll find the one, right? Like, if I start to fall for a girl and I'll ask her, so if you were to, like, break up with me, like, would you want to, like, stay friends afterwards? And if she says yes, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the only reason I say that is because I think it's a very fine line when you can stay friends with someone, you know? Like, let's say you were friends with someone before you started to date for X amount of time. That's different. But if you just start meeting someone and you date, and then they're like, well, why can't we be friends? It's like, are you saying, why can't we be friends? Or are you saying, well, why can't I have this open line of communication in case I made the wrong decision and I still want to start fucking you again? That's what it really means. But you can't do that. Wait, what was that look? Am I wrong? Okay, because she was like, I don't know, but am I wrong though? I think okay. It's called options, but it's also called being a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's that? Men do that too, but it's also like, no, it's not just because he's a woman, it's because she did it to me, and I'm on stage right now, and I'm talking to you about it. You know, because the last relationship I was in, everything moved too fast, and she talked a lot about, oh, I'm trying to find my person and all this and that. She put pressure on it. We need to take things slow. So when we broke up, I was like, okay, so the next girl I date, we got to go into it like not looking for a relationship, no pressure, and if things develop, they develop naturally, and I think that's honestly the best way to get into a relationship. And then she decided, well, what if I still follow your Instagram and like your stories, and then you still be friends with me in case I made the wrong decision? And I was like, we can't talk anymore. Like, this is, but you agree with me on this? Give them a round of applause, because this is, thank you for that. So do you guys watch that show, My Strange Addiction, at all? Have you guys heard of that show? So I recently started to dabble in the show. And there's this girl, her addiction is eating plastic. It's true. You see her eating plastic bottle caps, plastic fucking Dasani bottles. She's getting into it for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe she got into a relationship with a guy that said, I want to still be friends. And she's like chomping down. You know, she's like, I can't deal with it. But I was thinking, what if we could combine, because I'm all for Mother Nature, you know. I don't know if you try to order a cold coffee these days. There's a lot more paper straws as opposed to the plastic ones, because apparently sea turtles are dying because the plastic straws are ending up in the ocean, right? But it's like, I mean, like, if we could just get Martha off her couch chewing plastic and smack dab in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean where all this plastic is flowing around, she would be the superhero we didn't ask for, but we all deserve. You know what I'm saying? Because the world is dying right now, you know? We got plastic on the beach. We got plastic inside a fish. And there's some girl just on her couch like, yeah, I got this strange addiction where I just chew on bottle caps and I fucking go yeehaw and I hope somebody wants to date me. Where you could go fucking out in the ocean and you could be going live and you'd be like, hey, I'm saving the world today. Chomp, chomp, chomp. But people are like liking it and they're fucking going on your profile like, hey, I think you're fucking hot. You're fucking saving the world. You're fucking, I don't care how many people you date. I just think you're cool. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if we're ready for that. I don't know if we're ready for that, right, guy? He just nodded. Are you in a relationship right now, my guy? Are you doing the dating scene? You on the apps? Well, why not? Oh, so you in a relationship? So you just have kids, and well, that's good. But you're not trying to date anyone, or not through the apps. So you're just like, I'm just taking care of my own shit. Give him a round of applause. This guy's. That's what I need to do. You know, just focus on comedy and shit. But I just lost 80 pounds, and I haven't really been dating my whole life because I had to take care of my dad for a number of years. So I'm like, fuck, this is my time. And then a girl's like, let's be friends after I break your heart. And I'm like, fuck you, bitch. What the fuck? No, being overweight, it's like I lost a lot of weight. And the thing is, I'm not the same person, and I don't know what to do about it. Like because I was this bigger guy and I didn't care that I looked like a caveman. And now I'm like this guy where I'm just like trying to figure out how to be funny again, you know? Like, I will say one thing, like the one thing I miss about being like really overweight is like the feeling like it's okay for an audience not to like me because I'm not great to look at. You know, like, of course you don't like me. Of course I'm disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have an out. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course. But like being less overweight, though, it's made my life better, but it's also given me like more anxiety doing stand-up comedy. Like my roommate, who's a comedian, even my roommate, who's a comedian, he's like, you know, you're not supposed to want to be good looking doing comedy. And I was like, you know, you're not supposed to be talking to me when I have this sheet hanging in the room. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a divider of thoughts and feelings, you know. You didn't like that joke at all, did you? Wait, so no, I asked you. You had like this whole like, well, wait, so what did you like about that joke? No, we are having a, so what didn't you like? This is one of my newer jokes. What are you curious about? There's a reason. The sheets? You mean my roommate and me? I haven't fucked my roommate. I mean, I'm nothing against people that, you know, swing both ways, but this guy's ugly as fuck, you know? Like it'd be one thing if he looked like Ryan Gosling. I'd be like, you know, I don't know what happened to me, you know? But at least he's a good-looking dude, you know? I can't completely hate myself for that, you know? But I don't know. So anybody here lose anyone recently? Any deaths in the family? Any deaths on a date? Did you lose someone? Oh no. Did I scare you off? Oh no. See, that's the problem with dating, you know. You go on a date with someone and then someone just can't hack it sometimes and they die. That's the problem, you know. That's why you got to stay a little bit younger. Sometimes you get on the apps, you know what I'm saying? Like, you show up to a date and you're like, hey, I'm 28, you're 32, we're kind of young, we're great. But then, like, you get a little bit older and you're like, hey, I'll meet you there. And then they don't show up and you're like, what a piece of shit. And then they're like, you find them in the obituary next week, you know? So it's like, it's fucked up, you know? God damn, she must have just literally lost someone. That's too bad. But I'm still going to talk about what I was going to talk about, you know, because you guys are cool. Let's give some round of applause. Give some energy back to the room. Energy back to the room. It's okay. It's okay. So in the past 2 years, I've lost 80 pounds going to the gym a lot, but I also lost both my parents. And been sort of like leaning into the grief at times. Like at one point I was crying like every day for like 2 weeks. And the thing is, when you're trying to keep like losing weight, you need any kind of a competitive advantage that you can get, you know? I remember one day I was like crying in my car after work, and one of my coworkers walked by, tapped on the glass. She's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm just getting ready to go home and step on the scale, you know, like fucking gonna empty a couple quarts right now, you know what I'm saying?" All right, so that was to bring the vibe up, by the way. So now we're gonna bring the vibe down with just death shit. I'm just kidding. So I really brought down the vibe with that one. That's okay. You guys, so do you guys smoke weed, or are you more of drinkers? You're more drinkers. What about you? Not during the day? Have you ever been high around your kids? So how do you feel about being high around your kids? Because I feel like it's way better than being drunk around your kids. And I'm not saying either one is phenomenal. Okay, I'm not trying to be like, hey, be high around your kids because being drunk is obviously awful. Like, I'm not saying that, but I am saying like it's like when you're driving. Like when you're stoned, you're slightly more cautious. You know, you're slightly more. It doesn't mean you can't get pulled over, but you're slightly more like, huh. But when you're drunk, you're like, ha! You know what I'm saying? So like, if you're drunk and you're looking after your kids, it's like, yeah, he fucking ran through the wall. It's like he's fucking 8 years old. I mean, I fucking raised him. I work out. But like, if like your kid like fucking jumps over the couch and breaks his arm and you're high, you're like, whoa, like we gotta like order a lift and be responsible right now. Like you will make a more responsible decision. Like if that happened when you were drunk and you're like, your kid jumps over the couch and breaks your arm, you're like, I'm gonna drive. No, I'm not gonna drive. I'm not gonna call an ambulance. Be like, hey, does your friend drive? We're gonna figure this out right now. Like you have too many ideas before you get to the real idea. You know what I'm saying? Where you're high, you might have a couple of weird ideas, but you're still playing it safe. You know what I mean? So I guess I'm just arguing for weed over alcohol at this point. I don't know. Weed's fun. Weed actually helps with my anxiety. I got like really bad anxiety where I have like trouble saying no to people, especially women. Like whenever my girlfriend asks me a tough question, I sort of turn into a magic 8-ball, you know? She's like, "Do you love me?" And I'm like, "I can only speculate." Yeah, we're not together anymore, obviously. I just blew that whole joke even before I said it. I smoked weed before I got up here. So, you know, you guys believe we're living in like a really kooky time right now? It's like a really interesting time to be alive. You got to be like really careful how you use your language, especially around the workplace. You don't want to be disrespectful, but it makes it tough sometimes, you know? Like there's this little person that works at my job, and every day when I walk in and he greets me, he goes, "Hey, big boy." And I want to be like, "Hey, you piece of shit." But I don't. You know, he's a good guy. I pat him on the head. I'm a stoner, but like a huge stoner, especially over the holidays. Like I got so high on Thanksgiving that I rubbed the gravy dish like a lamp and wished for a better family. Still wishing, you know, you got to keep that fucking dream alive. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to connect better with people though, because like I have this problem where like I'm actually a sweetheart, but I look like I would yell in a Whole Foods. You know, like my dad before me, we both have this like resting, angry face. You know, people ask us, "Are you okay?" And we have to pretend that we're not Raider fans, which is hard to do. It's a tough life. Are you guys over this pandemic at this point? Are we still like we're still kind of in it, or we feel like we're over it? Over it? Well, I feel like, what did you guys feel like the worst part of the pandemic was? You think it was the start, the middle, towards the end, when like people are like, it's still happening, you're like, I'm going out without a mask. You're being a bitch. Like that one. I don't know. I personally feel like the worst part was at the start because if you remember, MLB was canceled, NBA wasn't happening, like no sport was happening, right? So you get home to start your quarantine, then there's a report out from doctors saying that coronavirus may damage testicles. It's like, dude, I thought we put a stop to all ball games. You know, I'm a fucking pull a yellow card right now. You know, it's fucking bullshit. You know, we had so much time to ourselves. I know we all sat at home for a certain time during the pandemic, like, what the fuck am I supposed to do besides jerk off and watch the news? You know, like there's a fucking certain point where you're like, when are things going to change? We had so much time to ourselves at the beginning. I almost felt like a scientist in a way, you know, like all this free time to like figure things out. Like, I literally felt like a scientist at one point. Like I don't know if it's the aerodynamics of it, but I'm pretty sure if you turn your hat backwards, you can jerk off faster. We got one laugh in the back. This guy understands. These girls are like, I don't know if that's a thing for us, but is everyone here single tonight? Is everyone here out on a Friday night and they're fucking, you both were like, no. You don't have to say, I'm just saying, hey, it's Friday night. It's good that people are out and stuff. Are you guys in relationships right now? That's good. You in a relationship right now? Hey, it's a Friday. You never know what can happen. This guy, you're like, no. It's Friday. Don't fucking say it. Like, hey, this guy walked in with a chick. I mean, she had some emotional baggage, but I mean, you know, you never know what could happen. She could have wanted to stay. You know, she could have got up here with me and been like, hey, I got a joke. Probably wouldn't have been good. But, you know, she would have had the confidence, you know. It's Friday night. You guys should live it up. You guys watch porn? That's a dumb question. All of you watch porn. You would wait, why did you shake your head? No, I'm not saying that's bad. I'm not saying I disagree with you, but you saying you like never, or you just refrain? So accidentally, when you say it, do you mean like you were like one night, like, let's see what's happening, I'll type in one thing and it was like a crazy thing instead, and you're like, I didn't mean to search for that? Or you mean like you went to like search for Domino's pizza and then like a pizza fucking came up and you're like, that's not what I meant, but it's kind of, I'm not against it. Like, what does that mean by accident?
So before the whole streaming Netflix and cable.
Okay.
So I felt like
Oh.
in the morning, you know, someone's bending over in front of me.
That sounds like so personal. Like you're watching it on the TV, but like I woke up at 3 a.m. and someone was just bent over in front of me. Like this isn't porn. This is real life action. You know, like this is. I don't know if you guys remember. Like I'm 32 now, and I remember accidentally ordering porn when I was 10 years old. Because I don't know if you guys remember when those first boxes came out, and like you're a kid, and like. You kind of have like funny fingers, you know, you're like, I can't press this, but what if I press this? Like, you know what I'm saying though? Like, it's not even like, I'm going to do this to be a deviant. What if I just press this and see if it works? Like, you know, when you're at that age, like, it's not even like, I'm going to do this to be a rebel. You're just like, what if I just press this a couple times? I don't even think this would work. And I remember ordering porn when I was 10 years old, and I didn't even really mean to. I didn't think I could. Like, because you started to hear about the parental controls and stuff like that. I was like, in 2011, I remember hearing about parental controls, and there were already supposedly some parental controls on the TV. But my mom liked to drink alcohol, and she didn't put parental controls on the TV. So she was in the kitchen making me a grilled cheese one day. And when she's in the middle of it, all of a sudden she starts hearing. And she goes, AJ, what is happening? And I'm like, this lady's bent over in front of me, and I don't know what's going on. So yeah, that's my story. Has any of you guys have a story like that? You never had something like that when you were even in your teens? Something like that? You got to be close to my age, right? Are you a little bit younger? You're a little bit older? You don't have something like that? Never? Did you jerk off to the dial-up porn? Scramble channels. That's when you're like, okay, God, we have like this window of like 49 minutes where this picture is going to load. And I'm going to start to jerk off. And my dick is going to look like an old man by the end this is over. Hopefully, if the internet connection doesn't go away. And then your mom would walk in and be like, what are you doing? I'd be like, I'm studying for finals. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my teacher. You know, you got to get in depth. All right, that wasn't as funny. I've got to get out of here. So, let's see here. Oh, that's fun. So, porn, that's what I wanted to do. One thing I finally realized about porn after all these years, you know that phrase that the girls keep using, like, over and over? It's like, do these chicks just not care that the phrase, oh yeah, is copyrighted by the Kool-Aid Man? Like, it's fucking disrespectful, you know? Like, no? You don't like that one? All right, well, we got to end on a good laugh here. You guys like dirty jokes? No? All right, then we're gonna do a dark joke instead. You guys are a few people here. I gotta give you some oomph. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could just throw out a joke, but like I gotta give you like something with a little pizzazz, a little bit of edge. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta give you a last joke of the night. Hopefully, make you laugh. Be like, what the fuck was that guy on? You know? So, I'm gonna be real with you guys for a second. I messed up last night. I fell asleep in the middle of my prayers. Yeah, I was praying to Jesus. Woke up this morning like, damn, I left him hanging like the Jews did. Oh, nailed it, right? He laughed. She wanted to laugh. You're like, I think you're an okay guy, but I'm not going to laugh at that shit right now. All right, we'll do this. I'm going to do one more bit, and then we'll get out of here, okay? Are you guys excited for the next presidential election? No, neither am I. And here's the thing. I don't lean right or left politically, but I still got caught up in the crosshairs the last election. That's a true story. I was walking my dog at this park in Turlock where I used to live. Thing is, I had my headphones on. I was walking forward. It didn't look behind me. But I guess there was a MAGA rally at the park that day. So 100 people walking right behind me. I had no idea. My neighbor happens to be driving by, calls me like, hey, man, I don't know if you know this, but you're like leading the Trump army. And I was like, I don't know. I think that's where you guys are supposed to laugh. That's actually the punchline. I was like, wait, do I have another line? No, they just didn't think I was funny. It's like, do I have another line? No, I didn't. I was once kicked out of a game of Twister because I accidentally shit in someone's mouth. That's the best you're going to get tonight. My name's AJ DeMello. You guys have a good night.
Oh man, AJ DeMello, everybody. Boy, howdy. We've been through a lot tonight. We're a family, right? Oh man. Thank you for coming to Camp Wanderlust. I appreciate you. Jesse, what else we got going on tonight?
Well, at 9 o'clock, or whenever we're done here, we've got some real-life comedians. Oh, I didn't know if that was Spencer being done. I'm not sure. You were just setting the mic there. We've got real-life comedians at 9 o'clock. LOLGBT Plus presents Say Yes at 10. So you can stick around. You got 2 more things if you want to, or if you're done, you're done. Is Spencer done? All
right, thank you, everybody. Love you. Have a good night.
loved you since I knew ya. I wouldn't talk out to ya. I have to tell you just how I feel. I won't share you with another boy. I know my mind is made up, so put away your makeup. I told you once, I won't tell you again. It's a bad way. Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. 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 You don't have to put on the red light. Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. 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 You don't have to put on the red light. Say, put on the red light. Put on the red light. Put on the red light. You don't have to put on the red light. Hey, 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 hey. Put on the red light. Put on the red light.
All right, guys. Due to some unforeseen circumstances, we're not having the real live comedian show. So we'll see you back here at 10 for Say Yes.